Hi everyone, this is Lyndon Holdeman coming to you with the first in a three-part series on how this current economic times that we're experiencing in the fall of 2008, how they're going to affect your financial safety and security and what you can do about it. So the first in our three-part series is going to be about what are you going to be experiencing and what are you going to be seeing around you because of what's going on with these economic times. And because of the economic bailout that's happening that just got passed, and because of what that and previous events and what effect that's going to have, and we're going to talk more in detail about how this specifically is going to affect you in our second in this three-part series. First of all, my name is Lyndon Holdeman with SimplifiedWealth.com. I can be reached at lyndonholdeman@gmail.com. That's LYNDONHOLDEMAN at gmail.com. Of course, by phone if you prefer, 702-487-9968. So let's get into these three key points of what you're going to be seeing going on around you. Now, this isn't everything that's going to be happening around you, but it's three of the things that you're going to be seeing happening, which are going to have an impact and an influence on you. And so first and foremost, interest rates. We have been experiencing for years some of the lowest, most pleasing interest rates that we could have. In regards to our homes and mortgage interest rates and all of that, we've been having some amazingly, historically low interest rates. Folks, it's about to change according to what all the experts are saying and the predictions that are happening. You're already experiencing on your, if you have a second mortgage that's tied to the LIBOR, because that's based on the bank lending rate between banks. Banks are scared, they're pulling back, and they're charging a lot more money for a lot more interest, I should say, to lend between themselves, and that affects the LIBOR, which is already affecting your second mortgages in many cases for a lot of you. But also, the regular mortgage interest rates are going to go up as this thing continues, according to all predictions. And so, how much is obviously I can't predict everything in the future, but it is going to change. Car interest rates are going to change. I mean, most consumer credit card interest rates are going to change, and it's going to be. We've been experiencing such great low interest rates in so many ways. But coupled with my second point, which I'm going to talk about, these higher interest rates in almost every aspect of our lives are going to have a definite impact. You're going to see older cars on the roads. Your friends aren't going to be driving as many new cars because they're pulling back. And so there's a lot of things that are happening. So that's the first issue with interest rates. Secondly, we're going to be experiencing a lot of continued job loss. We've already seen a lot of that. As companies go out of business, that means there's less jobs. As that happens, and as the crazy things that go on around us, we are going to see lower consumer confidence, and you're going to see people worried and scared and pulling back. I've talked to some fairly wealthy individuals that are even being more cautious in what they do. They're pulling back. They're saving more, and they're being more careful of how they spend their money, and that affects as a domino effect on the economy. And so, as we have lower consumer confidence, as people are more worried, and most importantly, people start to feel like they have less control. And I'm kind of saying the same thing a couple different ways, but as people feel like they have less control in their lives, they're more cautious and they're not as aggressive, and that all is a domino effect. So you're going to be seeing that. Older cars on the roads. So that'll be your indicator. Go, Lyndon told me I'm going to see older cars around, and sure enough, there's not as many new cars. There's going to be more car dealerships going out of business, like we've already experienced. I live in the Las Vegas marketplace. We just had one of the largest dealerships in the nation be taken over, closed. Multiple stores closed. Crazy things happening. Now, the third point that I want to talk about before we wrap up this video is this, and this doesn't directly impact all of you, but indirectly it does, because it affects our seniors. See, the retirees and the seniors among us have already experienced a lot of their money's been in the stock market. And what's happened to the stock market already? We've had some major hits already in the stock market, which has definitely affected a lot of your family or people that you know that are in that situation. Most of them have had parents or aging parents or grandparents. It's affecting all of us. And so there's what's happening to the retirees and seniors. They already have taken a hit in the stock market. Now with this economic bailout plan, that money has to come from somewhere, right? The $700 billion, or however much it is, you hear all these different stories, but a $700 billion bailout plan, if that's what it is, or even close to that, is going to tremendously impact your taxes, and especially in the retirees as well. And so now seniors that have been hit by what's going on with the stock market, I should say, are now going to see an effect, have higher taxes, which is going to give them even more problems and less money, discretionary type income. And now the kicker. Seniors are also, because of this, already beleaguered Social Security and Medicare plans are now going to get a hit worse. Mark my words. That's my prediction. In my humble opinion, you're going to see some major impact there. Social Security and Medicare is going to be an impact. It will affect our seniors. What affects our seniors affects you and I as younger generation, and it affects all of us. Guys, there's some crazy things happening out there. I know you would agree with me on that, and you do agree with me. In our second in our three-part video series, we are going to cover more specifically how this impacts you and in your daily lives. And in our third part of this series, I'm going to cover exactly what you should be doing. I'm going to give you the solution on what you should be doing and what you can do to make sure that this has little or no impact on you. That's my guarantee to you. Once again, it's Lyndon Holdeman with SimplifiedWealth.com. I look forward to talking to you guys real soon again.